Hi, this is Debbie Wells with the Tennessee Screenwriting Association. This is a follow-up video to my Lurcher pitch from 6/22/20. I'll be presenting a treatment this time because presenting a treatment, an outline, a synopsis, script pages, sometimes it's hard to get the whole story out and take care of a lot of questions when you present it in a manner that makes sense to you. So I'm presenting this treatment in support of the pitch so that you can kind of see the speed of what I'm writing and some of the details, as in why you should root for a particular person or dog. And I hope this helps. Let's see, screen share. Interior cloth tent day. An excited customer, female, young adult, conservative dress, passes a hand-painted sign on her way in. It advertises palm reading for 1 coin and crystal ball scrying for 3 coins. Customer sits down at a round table across from a seasoned fortune teller, Madam Sasha, female, mature adult, gray hair, colorful clothing. Customer eagerly places 1 coin on the table and presents her hand, palm up. Madam Sasha smiles kindly and reaches for it. Exterior cloth tent, grass-filled day. A gypsy child, female, pre-K, dark hair, mixed-matched colorful clothing, sits cross-legged facing the tent next to her counterpart, Lurcher, a hunting dog with wiry salt and pepper fur. She leans on him while she peeks through a convenient hole in the tent. After a few moments, she turns away from the tent and grins at Lurcher. She nudges him until he rolls on his side. She crouches next to him and inspects his paw pads. She views each wrinkle with fascination. Lurcher yawns. Later, bedtime stories around the campfire. Madam Sasha mentions Luna is safe because she has Lurcher to protect her. Exterior dirt road, multiple days and nights. This is a showing time passes. Madam Sasha steers a horse-drawn gypsy wagon past random fields, gardens, wooded areas, and occasional rural housing. Exterior summer tent, wooded area day. An open-air tent is situated not far from the gypsy wagon. Madam Sasha carries a handcrafted box from the wagon to the tent. A nervous farmer, male, mature adult, overalls, straw hat, waits at a round table. Madam Sasha removes a crystal ball from the padded box and places it on a stand between them. Farmer looks from the ball to Madam Sasha. He sighs, then places 3 coins on the table and pushes them to her. Madam Sasha closes her eyes and places her hands near the ball. A puff of white fog springs to life inside the ball and grows until the ball is full. She opens her eyes. Interior gypsy wagon day. Tight quarters. Handmade quilts, stars and moons hand-painted on the ceiling. Gypsy teenager, female, dark hair, colorful clothing, cheerfully climbs barefoot atop one of the 2 small beds. She tiptoes up to a tiny window near the roof. Lurcher watches her as he rests comfortably on the floor between the beds. Exterior woods night. Sounds of nature. Lurcher sniffs the air and roams at his leisure. Interior gypsy wagon night. Madam Sasha sleeps in one of the beds. Gypsy teenager carefully removes the crystal ball from the padded box, then sneaks to the door. Madam Sasha snores. Exterior woods, random tree, night. Sounds of nature. Gypsy teenager sits under a tree and places the crystal ball on a cloth in front of her. She smiles with excitement. She mimics Madame Sasha's hand movements above the ball several times without a result. She grows frustrated and closes her eyes. A tiny burst of white fog appears within the ball. She opens her eyes. The fog grows and fills the ball. She beams with pride. Exterior, woods, night. Sounds of nature. Lurcher enters a clearing and pauses. Sounds of nature stop. His ears perk up. He charges back the way he came. Exterior, woods, random tree, night. Gypsy teenager stares at the ball. The white fog stabilizes and reveals the image of a brilliant red ruby. The image flickers. A tiny dark shadow sparks into existence inside the ruby. Gypsy teenager's eyes grow large. More dark shadows appear within the ruby and swirl continuously. The red ruby darkens to reveal the image of a black ruby. Lurcher approaches the light of the campfire with caution. He stops moving and issues a low growl. Gypsy teenager motions for him to come closer and chides him for being scared. He calms a bit and inches closer to the ball. The shadows seep out of the black ruby and swirl inside the ball. The ball vibrates ever so slightly. The black ruby image fades back to red because the shadows are coming out of it. The shadows punch at the glass. Gypsy teenager takes a step back. Madame Sasha appears, wide awake and alarmed. She frantically tears a cloth from her own skirt, covers the chaotic ball, and places it in a padded box. Lurcher keeps eye contact with the padded box. He pouts. Madame Sasha gives him a curious look. She gives Gypsy teenager a disapproving look. And we've got a little time that passes here. Exterior lake near woods, day. Luna, female, young adult, dark hair, swims in the peaceful water. Interior gypsy wagon, day. Madame Sasha reads tarot cards on her bed. The first card she flips seems new and disturbing to her. She examines it closer, a woman with dark hair surrounded by shadows. She flips over 4 more cards. Water, a wizard, fortune, and death. She rushes out of the wagon. Exterior woods near lake, day. Sounds of nature are suddenly spookier than they should be. Madame Sasha zigzags past familiar trees and bushes. She pauses and catches her breath. Nature closes in. Shadows shift in the trees. A large area of dry leaves on the ground take to the air and form an intentional pattern to block her path. She gathers her courage and runs through them. Exterior, lake near woods, day. Lurcher relaxes under a tree several yards from the water. Madame Sasha's voice off screen yells for Luna. Lurcher stands alert. Luna, fresh out of the water, grabs a towel and scans the trees. A strange voice off screen echoes Madame Sasha's call for Luna. Luna looks back at the water, confused. The water darkens to a mesmerizing glossy black. She walks in, waist deep, and calmly sinks. Exterior, underwater, lake, day. Shadows from the water's surface rush to Luna and surround her. The shadows create a protective globe around her. An image of the red ruby appears. She reaches for it. Madame Sasha's hand suddenly appears from above and grasps Luna's outstretched hand. The image of the red ruby dissolves. Luna tries to break free. Dark shadows swirl inside the globe and reveal a set of intimidating red beastly eyes. Luna is jerked toward the surface. And we'll do a cut there. Exterior woods, night. Silverton, male, adult, top hat and dark cloak, clutches a palm-sized box to his chest and frantically runs past trees and shrubbery. Exterior campsite, traveling carnival, night. A cluster of old-fashioned wagons are parked in a horseshoe pattern. Silverton calms his breathing and approaches an undesirable, distressed wagon. Ringmaster, Male, mature adult, dark suit, pops out of nowhere, startles and scorns Silverton. He threatens to kick Silverton out of the carnival for his nocturnal activities outside of camp. Silverton pays Ringmaster a bag of coins. Ringmaster mumbles under his breath and leaves. Silverton steps inside a distressed wagon. A mattress, chair, candle, and suitcase are the only contents. He sits in the chair and stares at the palm-sized box. He collects his courage and opens it. It's a brilliant red ruby. He examines it closer. A tiny dark shadow sparks into existence within the ruby. Sweat forms on his forehead. Exterior campsite, traveling carnival day. Lurcher walks out alongside the gypsy wagon as Luna steers it down a dirt road. Ringmaster and an off-duty clown, Einie, approach the end of the horseshoe. Luna pulls on the reins and stops the wagon. Madame Sasha pokes her head out and announces them as the great Madame Sasha and her granddaughter Luna, and hints at a business proposition. Ringmaster recognizes Madame Sasha's name. He invites them to make camp for the night so they can talk about business matters tomorrow. Exterior campsite, gypsy wagon, night. Ringmaster drops by and privately invites Madame Sasha to have a nightcap with him. She accepts with a coy smile. Madame Sasha prepares to leave. She pauses to study Luna and Lurcher, then walks on. Exterior campsite, traveling carnival day. Einie gives Luna a tour of the camp. She meets two gossipy clowns, Fred and his wife, Marge, who know the great Madame Sasha from years ago. Luna mingles with more carnival folk. She takes a liking to strongman Kane. And that is it for this part. Thanks.